after me. Repeat this passage until it's committed to memory. Everyone, pick up your pencils, make your letters with me. Now, all together, a downstroke, plus the T.
19th century public education met the needs of an industrial society. The mills and factories needed people who could stay in the same place, physically and mentally, repeating the same task at a loom or spinning jenny day after day. The process of learning matched the socialization necessary to be part of that workforce. Students learned diligently by rote at these desks, absorbing discrete blocks of information that were not likely to change during their lifetimes. They were not learning how to find information because it all came from the teacher and a few books. They were not preparing for a lifetime of learning. What they needed to know stayed the same year after year, just as the requirements of factories stayed the same from year to year. 19th century industry needed only a few decision makers. So mass education did not teach relational thinking and decision making. Students were trained to function like separate parts of a large mechanism, the factory. There was no need to think about how those parts related as a whole. Education reflected industry's need for interchangeable people. As futurist Alvin Toffler puts it, the whole idea of assembling masses of students, raw material, to be processed by teachers, workers, in a centrally located school, factory, was a stroke of industrial genius. It made sense to model early industrial training on the same rote learning of procedures that took place in these classrooms. Today, things have changed. Repeated step-by-step procedures were the first jobs eliminated by early automation. New jobs in a more service-oriented economy require an understanding of the information that drives automation. Because that information changes at such a staggering rate and volume, new workers must learn flexibility, how to respond quickly and constantly to changes that ripple through whole organizations. It's not a matter of just coping with change. The future belongs to those who can make use of this constant flux of information. Suppose you were students in a classroom like this, or at an industrial training center. How long do you think you could sit and listen to me before you became restless to interact, question, add your own ideas? Very soon, like most adult learners, you might want to pick your own way through a presentation like this. In general, choosing when and how you learn may be the best way to master what you need to know. The expectations of your customers have changed in a similar way. The broad 200-year change from the mechanical industrial era to the electronic information era is at a critical phase. Learning how to handle information is not like learning how to handle materials. Corporations are asking for flexible, responsive, and integrated training. They don't want students, workers, locked into singular positions the way these desks are bolted to the floor. Increasing revenue in today's constantly changing market depends on providing products that solve the whole problem. Not really products, complete solution packages, including customized education and information access that reduce costly learning curves. Education is at a point, like that day back in second grade when you went beyond addition to something called multiplication. It's an exponential leap, a movement from hardware to software, from fixed mechanical product to ongoing electronic process. One size does not fit all needs. It's a movement towards online tutorials and troubleshooting software, towards audio cassettes for training and interactive expert systems on video disc, towards open architecture and relational intermodal databases. It's movement towards training through multiple responses and approaches, Classrooms continue to be one of those approaches, but not in a room like this. The new classroom is a flexible, open environment hosted by learning facilitators who manage information resources. They are places to nurture the interpersonal, social side of education. When we were teaching people how to handle static information in the same place all day, this schoolhouse fit the bill. But now the size and shape of information has expanded, taking on new forms at an amazing rate. It's not confined the way it was here. And there you have the curriculum of the future. Train people to grow and flex with the constant sweeping changes in what they need to know to do their jobs. It's a curriculum that works out new relationships between learning and working. And it comes in an amazing variety of shapes and styles.